and science are separate. But what they don't know, that they are both joined together as one. Join Ben and Louisa on their quest as they bring together science, occult, and the paranormal. Only on Occult, History, and Science with Ben and Lou.
How are you all doing, folks? Yeah, it's Sunday night. The pup's destroying a ball, so I might have to stop in a sec just to grab it off her so she doesn't eat it. Give it here. You're not having it. This used to be a ball. One. So, how are we all doing? Hello, Wild Bill. Thank you all for joining. I just going to say I did have things planned Friday night. If anyone watched the live, you'll notice you may have seen me a little bit distant. Just want to obviously say out there, as I've said before, previous shows, yes, I do obviously suffer from depression quite badly. I did take a bit of a bad turn Saturday. Lou, bless her, helped me through it as she always does. I just want to say to people out there that remember, weird as it's going to sound, just remember that most suicides from depression and stuff like that are not women. Most of it is men. Men's mental health isn't spoken about as nearly as much as it needs to be. So I just want to put it out there. And to anyone that is suffering, there are places you can go. I know it's hard saying it. Trust me, you don't want to talk to anyone or go to any places because you feel ashamed or embarrassed because of the situation you're in. By all means, guys, if you're watching this, doesn't matter if you're male or female, anyone, if you're having problems with depression and you don't know where else to turn, by all means, text us at the show. We'll quite happily speak to you guys. Just be an ear for you to vent at, just to help you through these sort of times. So please do not be afraid to get in contact with us if you are having them sort of issues. We'll just absolutely talk about absolute ramble to help you through. We'll just be there for you to chat to. So please do not be afraid if you're going through mental issues. Please come to us if you need. If you don't know where else to go, just email us. We're all suffering in our own sort of way. Obviously, I suffer with mine. Lou has to suffer me. So we all have our problems. So anyway, on to tonight's show, guys. Obviously, I did say we're going to be looking more towards into Egyptology, but as it stands at the minute, I have somehow misplaced a lot of my research documents on that. So you're gonna have to bear with me, guys, while I drag out old books and old research, get into contact with a few old friends that I know can help me along that path. Obviously, first thing I'm going to look at is obviously the mummification rituals because everyone loves that. I will be performing one on the dog if she carries on barking. So, yep. On that note, I will leave you to it. Next bit. This is a book that I've had in my stock for a while. I am going to start reading through it at some point. So, guys, I will do a show on this. This is the Book of Superstitions. Anyone wants any of their old superstitions or anything they want to ask, by all means, go for it. There's all sorts of superstitions in here, from pregnancies down to eyebrows. There's an eyebrow superstition here. One of these, after I had a quick flick through, was about giving a baby a gun, which was surprisingly interesting to read. But we'll get to that. So yeah, looking at the comments. Hi everybody. Wild Bill. Obviously, Stoke Hunters as Ghost on Trent are on. Wild Bill, men tend to keep their clothes up. Yeah, that's what I mean. We all blokes are the worst for it. That's why our suicide rates are quite high. Like I said, guys, there's plenty of people in the chat. We're all more of a family here as the other dimension. So we include you guys into that. So don't be afraid. I will be having at some point a special guest on. They don't know it yet.
So they might not agree.
Well, no, I think they'll agree because they're sat in the comments, and it'll be to introduce you all to a new member of my personal staff. Bless her, she is probably fully aware now who I'm on about. She has become quite helpful. Bless her. I don't think she intended to ever be taken on as a staff member of mine, but there you are, the situation.
Tough luck.
Yeah, tough luck. You put yourself in that hole. So just to drop the bombshell, Kate, you're going to come on the show at some point because I've got to introduce you as one of my personal staff. As I said to her, and I've said to other people that have joined my personal staff. The pay is terrible. There's no dental. There's no health. There's no pension. You just stuck with me and any information I give you. So yeah. What's Annette said? I have. Yeah, I used to have a book called Old Wives' Tales, which I need to buy because it disappeared in a fire. Luckily, I know how to get a hold of the book quite cheap. With all old remedies and stuff like that, and brilliant. So, speaking that remedies brings us on to one of the subjects I was going to talk about. Obviously, guys, if you have any questions you want to ask on absolutely anything, please feel free to throw them up and we'll get talking about them. So, one of the myths that circulates, I can't believe I keep seeing this, and I thought I'd bring it up, guys, because I thought you might enjoy this at some time. My blue tack on my phone is starting to tilt slightly, so we're not having an earthquake, it's literally just the phone tilting.
Technical difficulties because the top of the thing got lost.
Yeah, I lost the top of the tripod, so we're having a bit of technical difficulty. I just wrote myself up there. So one of them has to be, and I'm probably going to wind a lot of people up and say this, is a Necronomicon. Now, this is a book that is supposedly bound in leather and bound in human flesh and wrote in the blood of people. It's so good. Basically, it is the biggest load of ramble you'll ever come across. But the truth behind that sort of myth that is going around is even worse and by far weirder truth. So the book that is said, obviously the Necronomicon come out of the words have been passed about, but let's just face it, it didn't start until Evil Dead. That's when it all started, and then you had like the Army of Darkness film, where the Necronomicon appeared in that brilliantly. The mythology on it is there are basically two books that like that. The Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead, you mean the Egyptian ones? Because everyone always has this thing since the Mummy came out that there's the Book of the Dead and the Book of the Living and they're gold plates out. There is 1,001 copies of the Book of the Dead because there were manuscripts on how to bury your dead. I do have some beautiful photos of one, which I will post up on the page when I went to Egypt, the Cairo Museum just before it shut down, which is a shame, but it now has a beautiful new location right in front of the pyramids, which is even better. Everything now, when you go to like Cairo, is pretty much in one area, which is a shame because you don't get to see the city that much, but hey ho, that's how it is. So yeah, the Necronomicon that's supposed to be bound in human flesh and wrote in human blood. Right, there is an old book that is wrote in human blood. However, human blood fades over time massively. So yeah, that's the stairgate that you see at the back is what we use to keep the dog in.
Yeah, child has an emergency upstairs, so we'll be getting a lot of people.
Right. So, obviously human blood fades, and it'd be a terrible thing to use when it comes to ink due to that thing. Now, the problem was that they have this idea in history that all contracts were signed and written in blood. Marla, sorry guys, bit of technical difficulty. Right, I've got to hold on to the pulp now. Yeah, blood always turns brown as it gets older. Yeah, it also washes quite well off on things, so you wouldn't really write it in there. The only other thing that was said to be written in blood was old, like summoning contracts, stuff like that. But yeah, on to the more interesting side of the mythology. The book being bound in human flesh is obviously a myth when it comes to that. However, there are books at Edinburgh University that are bound in human skin. And this is where it gets even weirder, because these books that are bound in human flesh are medical journals from, I think, from if I remember correctly, I think from the either 18 or 1700s. So yeah, there are physical books out there that are bound in human flesh, which is absolutely disgusting and barbaric, but funny at the same time. Bad as that sounds. No, that myth is, it's sort of, it's a brilliant idea, but the sorry, Kate, I put you off your pizza. I didn't realise you was eating. What's Damon put? Are they bound books on Skinner? Unfortunately, no. I think some of them are about dissecting the human body, which makes it even more funny. Stop chewing my hand. So hi, Kath. Big shout out to Jade. When she's back, we're going to get her on the show. Kath and Jade on the show. We'll get them back on when they're all ready. Yeah, you're bugging now because the boss is back. So yeah, that's that one. Yeah, had to be in Scotland. Edinburgh was one of the highest places for medical research during that sort of the Victorian era.
Yeah, about the body snatchers.
Yeah, the body.
The Irish guys who went over to Scotland.
Yeah, that was their best thing. Like the medical university up there was easily inundated with bodies. If you ever go up to Edinburgh and that lot, they'll tell you that. So some grimoires are said to be bound in human flesh. Yeah, there is that old myth about being bound in human flesh. They were bound. A lot of them were bound in goat skin, which I know doesn't exactly sound any better. But yeah, a lot of them were bound in more animal skins, away from like cows, and obviously they lent more towards goats, stuff like that. It was used as more of a, oh yes, this book is cursed because it's in human skin. A load of, basically. Kathy, yeah, you are right. Yeah, I keep forgetting I can click on comments. There we go. Yeah, they were two of the people. Hi to my sister who's on. So yeah, so that's one of them myths completely and utterly destroyed. Well, not destroyed, but should we say reevaluated? Yeah. Well, you bind my books leather bound with traditionally made paper. It will outlast me way beyond my time. In the sweet. Yeah, they were basically killing people off. They were what's known as an old. Basically, what was being happened at one point was they were being what's known as a technique called Shanghai, where they get someone absolutely drunk, take them out, drop them through a hatch, break their legs as they drop down, or make it so they can't walk when they drop down, and then just kill them off and sell them off. Okay, Jenny. So yeah, that's Jeanette. Sorry, I'm just getting my brain's firing off and lost in a world of wherever. So the other one, which I was trying to find a photograph, but I couldn't find one in time, is the bat sculpture that you see going around that people claim is from many years ago. Lou might be able to pull it up here from being the Aztec mask of Zozo or Camazotz or Zots. I think Lou might be able to pull a picture up here for me. Camazotz copper. There it is. Yeah, beautiful. Sorry, off on. This one shows up. This one. Where's the camera? This here. Yeah, the Batman. This here, everyone claims is an old Aztecs. Yeah, as Damon's put. Comes out, looks like a bat mask. Yeah. Everyone claims it's an old relic. Really old relic. Really old relic. It's not. That's from, if I remember correctly, 2017. I probably won't say something. Yeah. Ancient origins of. No, it was made earlier than that, Damon. I know you, Damon, obviously saying 40 years. It wasn't. It was only made about 5 years ago for an art project over in, I think it was in Mexico. It was either Mexico or somewhere else like that. They basically got the idea and for obviously to make modern. It was a modern version of sort of Marvel, like DC Marvel thing. They wanted to try out, see how it'd look if you went right back. And basically just become an art project. It was an art project, and everyone was just like, "Oh no!" All of a sudden, you got all these conspiracy things like Ancient Origins page is renowned for doing that sort of thing. Like they've done with this, they jumped on it. And, oh yeah. It's an old 1,000-century-old mask. It's not. It's not a project. You can, if you actually Google onto a normal website, it will tell you an art project. I'm pretty sure it's 2017. But everyone keeps banging on about it being this ancient thing. It's not. I'm not out here debunking everything, but just certain things have been done.
The comes out from ASL Batman suit created by Mexican designer Kimball at the Batman Exhibition 2015.
Batman Exhibition 2015. There you go. Poor audio. Too bad. Can't listen. Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, put thumbs up just so I can check my audio. Yeah, the armor that was worn in Dracula was, yeah. Well, prime example with that sort of stuff. If you look at Vikings, like TV shows and stuff, no Vikings ever wore that much leather and all that sort of stuff. They didn't wear anything like that. There was no black and brown leather, mate. The Vikings were like peacocks. They wore all sorts of colours. Okay, everyone else is able to hear me. Kim, it might be your end.
If it comes off and
Sorry to say that. Yeah, if Lou says if you come off and refresh, that usually helps. Fingers crossed. Yeah. If not, you could always watch back. I'm afraid. So yeah, that's another one that's sort of one of the best ones that keeps being circulated. They would dye sheepskin and they used to dye it using berries. Yeah, Damon, you're talking to two reenactors, man. But yeah, all sort of colours were used in that lot. They had gold and silver and all that stuff. They had mass bragging rights. So yeah, when you see him in films and stuff like that, this is what me and Damon and Lou always say about films. Same with Demonology. You always portray it really far away from what it actually is. So cheers, then. So yeah, that's sort of the Camazotz demon sort of out the window. One of the best ones I've ever heard of in circulation when it comes out to demonology has to be the Charlie board.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
It was massive. It's absolutely massive. People make. I wasn't pulling the bits off that were coming loose.
Yeah.
People were making these Ouija boards out of paper with a yes and no answer, putting a pencil across and a pencil that way, and then the pencil was supposed to move for prove there was a spirit there called Charlie and that lot. And I put it out to you guys on that are watching as well. If any of you actually saw it work, I'd be impressed, because we got reports, like our network that we run with, got reports of it, and no one ever saw it ever work. And people were asking on Ouija boards whether it was actually working, and even a Ouija board, well, a couple of Ouija boards were known to turn around and say no. So that one was a really good myth that was going around. In fact, that one actually went global. I think that Charlie, it was an
been under a rock, mustn't I?
Seriously, you must have been under a rock. I never tried it. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary one was a proper. That's a really, really good, like, one for kids. That used to scare the hell out of it. Never heard of it. Interesting. Honestly, guys, if you've never heard of the Charlie thing, honestly, go find it on YouTube or anything like that. It is hilarious. There's a new one called Bob Boarding. My daughter was telling me how they tried to contact the demon called Bob using a board, and he gives you what you asked for. She rang me and I told her he does it to me. Now, there is a demon called Bob. However, I highly doubt he is going to give you wishes. Where
put the National Geographic on for him, he'll be quite happy there.
Yeah. Where do people come up with these ideas? This is brilliant. Actually, David, come on, man. I've got to hear this from your own mouth. If you can come on, mate, please drop on live, and we need to hear about this one from your daughter about Bob. But yeah, see, this is the thing. A lot of things start. It's God. Evie's going to have a whale of a time with that one.
She always tells people off already when they're wrong about certain things. I think the RE teacher.
Oh, that would have been it. So yeah, we're going to start a new section. How my stepdaughter goes and instructs her RE teacher because her stepfather was a professor in cultology. Yeah, be an interesting one. Hey, up, here's Damon.
Hey! I knew that would get you.
Hold up, mate. Let me turn the volume up. There you go. We need to know about this one. Seriously.
I knew it'd pique your interest. Basically, it's this new thing going around that kids are doing, right? It's called Bob boarding, right? So it's like the Charlie thing. And supposedly, you ask the board if Bob's there. It confirms if it's yes or no. And if it's Bob, you get a wish. And then supposedly this wish comes true, right? Yeah. I said to her, if you do it, I swear to God, I'll never ever talk to you again. I swear to God. Because it's like a new age fasting bargain, because you don't ask for something and get it and then not have to return, like if something can return.
Right, so here's a quick breakdown of how things go when it comes to demonology. Now, when you're said to make a deal, you always need equal exchange. We've spoke about this before. As Damon would vouch for, Lou would vouch for, and I'm pretty sure all you guys would vouch for. You can't have something without giving something.
Mm-hmm.
So this weird fact, I'd love to know how this is going to go down with like demonologists all over the world, all part of this network, all part of the network that we're all part of, are just going to go.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, for school kids to be like, oh no,
yeah.
If you look at things though, kids nowadays, they just do the most random things. Like there was a phase like maybe last year. No, it was just before COVID, where it was called tombstoning. You ever heard of it?
That's where they drop off rocks in it into the water.
Yeah, just jump off rocks into really deep water, and like people died from it. And then you had planking before that, where you used to take random pictures of you planking on top of things. Like,
see, that one was fine because even I took part in that one. So,
okay, you're right, Anne.
There is a photo out there somewhere, but we're not going to see it. I'm just going to say how it is because I think if it got into circulation, my mum would batter me. I planked at the top of a crane. Let's just say the crane wasn't on the floor.
I planked on a pole and I nearly broke my ribs. I was like, do stupid things, do you? Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't know.
I think Lou wins that one though, because she is marrying a plank. So
Yeah, yes. You know what? I'm not going to argue that. Oh,
yeah. But yeah, so obviously we've got all these stupid fads that you get, and like I say, with the myths. So far we've had the Amazon one, the book, the book binding human flesh and written in blood. It's supposed to be the Necronomicon, but the Necronomicon's a completely different book. And these books are.
It's just barking at me.
I only popped on to tell you about this because I'm in the middle of watching my pants, so I'm gonna have to jump off.
That's fine, man. We needed to. We generally needed to hear that one.
Just before I go, the other good myth that I know not actually physically true is the myth of the banshee in Ireland. If the banshee wails, it's a sign of someone in your family dying. Well, that's not technically true.
Yeah.
Because my mum's Irish and she's confirmed she heard a banshee and no one in her family died.
Yeah. It's an old mythology with banshee that if you hear a banshee wailing, then yeah, it's gonna die. No, the reason the banshee wail is because if you can tie all banshee histories to one site, and it's usually a woman in white wailing.
Mm-hmm.
And these Irish banshees are usually the ones that have lost children in the water. So that's how the banshee came about. Banshees, the idea of a banshee also came over from Japan and China. This is where the crossover came. That banshees over in that country were said to be highly aggressive spirits. If they screamed, they were said to scream and charge at you, and then some member of your family would die after that.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, they mixed these Japanese Asian banshees got mixed up with the Irish banshees that were actually like the white ladies that would cry for their children. And some bizarre reason they came this mashup of just that's it. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true, man. It's true. Just before I go, though, just to let everyone remind everybody, don't forget, catch me, Ben, and Lou. We'll be on a next show on Saturday talking about Anunnaki and Tartaria. So that's going to be fun. But I've got to jump anyway, man. So I'm going to carry on watching while washing my pants. So I'll see you in a minute.
Did you say washing your pants?
Yeah, wash my pants. Can I actually?
Hey?
How do I leave? I think you've got to kick me. I'll remove from stream. Right, I'm going. Right, take it easy.
So yeah, that's how technically advanced we are here. Even the host and the guy who runs the whole stream doesn't know how to leave. I stick with us. Once we're there, we don't leave. We never leave.
That's why you still leave.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh,
Dog, I am going to remove your box. I swear to God. So yeah, obviously, as Damon was saying with the banshees as well, we can sort of go back into more mythology when it comes to demons and stuff like that. Sort of like debunking some of the stuff with that. Obviously, yeah, with the banshees, there's that. She's back. Oh God, it's back. I think. So yeah, we can obviously you get them sort of myths where you can destroy. Well, they destroy themselves by creating their own paradox, which is weird. Other ones are like the image of the devil. The best way when people say they've seen a demon, it's got red eyes, fangs, pointy ears, wings, and a pointy tail. Horns, yeah, I think I said horns. I wasn't sure.
I don't know. I didn't think you did. I'm watching dog. Oh, that was really shush.
That sort of image was purely created by Dante with Dante's Inferno and then sort of images that came out during the Renaissance with like religious paintings, which, don't get me wrong, religious paintings are beautiful, beautifully done, beautifully made, but they had to obviously, it was like the Photoshop of the 1800s stuff, that sort of area where all this artwork's being made beautiful, like with Da Vinci, beautiful artwork, all that sort of stuff. But it all had to, they had to conjure these images out of nothing. Yeah, there's been quite a few of them. One of the best images we've ever seen of people trying to make things look like demons was obviously the two red fire extinguishers. Give me 2 seconds.
Put her in there for time out.
Yes. Stop walking. So I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. She knows if I tell her off that there's no more barking, but you watch now, she'll bark in a minute again. So yeah, we've had the fire extinguishers, which were one of the best ones. But yeah, every image that you've ever seen of a demon has always been made by artists due to the fact that that's what they were trying to paint. Nowhere in any of the ancient Bibles or any, well, the Bible or anything like that does it actually describe what a demon looks like. They're just usually said to be a person. Same as angels. For some bizarre reason, people think the angels that you see, like Raphael, well, not Raphael himself, actually, more Gabriel, sort of like the lower ranking angels that you see and read in the Bible, it never mentions they have wings. So that's how you look back on things again with that sort of images get changed. They never had wings whatsoever. What do you say? Not only that, they are only paid because of which he deems they possess. Yeah. Yeah. That's the basic point. People always assume that, I say demons always have wings. Like, we went on about this the other day at the Stoke Haunted Museum, that demons, the image of a demon is completely out of whack with what they actually look like. Same with spirits and that lot, completely out of line. Anyone that ever says they've seen a face, again, we've talked about this. If anyone ever seen a face, the human mind can't create a face. That's why you mainly see shadow figures, stuff like that. It's only if they manage to portray their full image that you will see a spirit, because then you are physically seeing it, because it has face and all that, you're physically seeing it. The dog's going, look, this is what we have to put up.
Oh, she's so cute there. Yeah, ignore all Ben's stuff on top of the cage.
Nationals are watching.
Don't worry. She's knows
Yeah.
to get our attention.
I think I'm just going to run a. Probably just leave a camera on the dog. I know you guys tuned in for like listening to obviously demonology and cultology and stuff like that, but sometimes we do have a bit of a special dog. Bless. And for anyone that's saying or thinks that we're cruel for keeping the dog in the cage, we have to, because she chews everything. She's still a young pup. She doesn't stay in there all the time. It's only when night time comes or when she's being told off. Which in this case, she's been told off, so she's in the cage.
Or if the cat chases her, then she can come onto
Yeah.
them because it's her safe place.
It's mainly for defense against the cat. So yeah, does anyone have any questions, by the way? Because I've just realised I've just been rambling like mad, like I normally do. So if you have any questions you want to throw up, please throw up or anything like that. Because if not, I'm just going to keep
I'm telling
rambling.
people to throw up.
No, she's a little star all by herself. She's definitely a little something, but I think it's a star.
Turnip, as I
Yeah,
affectionately call her.
Yeah, we've started calling her turnip for everything, which is
Just a little
about
turnip.
right. So yeah, anyway, so like I was saying, we're going to start going through this book next week. So if you have any things that you want to look at, any sort of words, because there is some really weird words in here that have stuff attached to them. An oven for a starter, which is really weird. Onion, owl,
It's on
the
the O's.
O's, yeah.
He's on the M's now. He's going backwards.
There is some serious weird things.
Always jumped at there.
I'll give you an F in a minute. It just sounds wrong. Who would win in a fight, Hulk or Thor? Only joking. I have no idea, Dame. But yeah, one other thing is I'm going, and I know everyone's going to go absolutely mad at me for this. I will be dropping back onto quantum theory soon, just for a little bit, just to keep you guys updated on the research we're obviously doing. Because obviously, I'm gonna say that if you guys remember the 3-part like states of matter I was on about that had the electrical currents for that, I said we were looking into trying to find a basis for that when it comes to paranormal. Don't worry, I'm not going to test any of you guys because you probably don't remember, and it's fair that you don't remember because everyone that we spoke to since that we've met at events like last night, not before even, there was a lady there who had watched my the quantum video, and she remembers about 4 states, which is about right. What we got here? Okay, but I just have a vague memory of my mum screaming at me, "Not on the table, someone will die." That'll be your boots. Don't put your boots on the table.
Yeah, she's got.
Oh yeah.
Read the rest.
I should always read everything else first. When I brought home some new shoes and was about to put them on. Yeah, that is an old superstition. My mum and my grandma swear by that. I won't go through too many now because I'll end up not having enough for next week, and then I'll just be sat here going,
No, you'll be sat here saying, "Look at the puppy."
yeah,
What's the puppy doing?
it'll be an hour of puppy cam watching the cat, watching the pup
Oh,
try and attack everything.
she's so cute.
But yeah, I will update you on the quantum side of stuff. So don't worry. Like I say, there's not going to be any history that you guys have got to remember from the last episode. I'll explain certain bits and bobs again. For my own sanity as well, because I do have another myth that I stick to these days is never cross on the stairs. That one, Damon, I'm going to go through a few little myths now that are also like a bit weird ones. Never cross on the stairs, yeah. That was supposed to be if you crossed on the stair, one of you was going to die or something like that. It is a superstition that came out of real events because people used to cross on the stair, and if you knocked someone on the stair, they fell down, they would die, hit the ground. The other one is one that's growing in the building trade. Never walk under a ladder. It's bad luck. We have quite a few, when I'm at work, I have quite a few customers that say that to us. Oh, you should never walk under a ladder. It's bad luck. The reason it's bad luck is because if you walk under a ladder, something is going to fall on your head, and has done a few times. That is why it's become a myth, become a superstition, because people will go, won't walk under a ladder, nothing will go wrong. You walk under a ladder, someone drops something. I am renowned for dropping my hammer off a ladder when I'm working. So yeah, your superstition would be agreeable at that point, walking under a ladder if I'm up it. One of the other ones is black cat. This one's a bit unfair because this always happens that people. It's been shown by the RSPCA that most people would rather have a different coloured cat than a black cat. Like most people give up black cats. Most strays are black cats. The most cruelty done is usually to black cats, and that just goes back to the old witch trials. If a black cat walked in front of you, you were instantly a witch. That's where that one comes from, and that one was a bit cruelty, and it still carries on to this day.
Apparently, the blood from a black cat's tail will cure many minor illnesses if rubbed on the affected part. Where's my cat?
And the weird thing is that's still done in China. They still chop off cats' tails just for that blood. It's sick, isn't it, really? But anyway.
In many areas of the world, the black cat has been used in special rituals to appease the gods, though it is never killed.
Yeah. Black cats are always used in rituals. It really is quite bad. It's so sad. In my village, people say it was good luck, so it's bad luck. Yeah, no, that's the problem. It really can be an issue when it comes to it. Just curious, what do those on here do if they see a magpie? I'd just see a magpie.
Yeah, 'cause some people salute them, don't
Yeah,
they?
Damon salutes, and there's quite a few people I know that will salute him or say hello, magpie.
Yeah.
Were black cats guardians of the underworld in Egypt? Any cat is considered a guardian of the underworld in Egypt. Cats are left to it, if that kind of makes sense. They're not. If when you're in Egypt, you don't really see stray cats that much. They're usually in people's houses because they don't have to survive anywhere else to get fed and watered in every house. Same with sort of dogs, bit different. A bit of random information in Istanbul. All the stray dogs have a job. They all pick up rubbish like empty bottles and stuff, and they know they can take them to these vending machines where they put the bottles in and get like free food out of them. So a bit of random information there for you. I have what we got in Derby. If you see a single magpie, yeah. I have a magpie that comes in my garden. He answers to the name Blue. Yep, they are very intelligent magpies. They're about not as intelligent as crows, but they're not far off crows for their intelligence. And crows are like ridiculously intelligent, usually more than humans, to be honest. Sometimes. No, he had head of a jackal. Are you on about who had head of a jackal? Or did I miss something? Which I probably did.
Probably.
Were black cats the guys who? Yeah.
Is that because
Oh no,
head of a cat?
no. Anubis had a jackal head. Or if you ask Andy Moore, he's seen Anubis quite well. When we had a bit of an issue at a night gathering. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Ravens are about above crows. Yeah, ravens and crows are really intelligent. They're brilliant animals. Yeah, it was related to hanging as well. But yeah,
something more likely to drop on.
Yeah, as certain things come through history, so certain superstitions progress through history, they're reinforced by modern events. So yeah, it was said that if you were to walk under the ladder of a hangman's noose, you were going to be joining them next. And then obviously modern day came along and it got even more and more. Sarah hi, I was wondering what your views are on the afterlife. This is very, 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 very broad question to ask on this channel. You'll have to sort of minimize it a bit down more, Sarah, to what you want. Because it depends on what afterlife, because here at the other dimension, we literally, well, even my occultology research covers 4,800 different religions. So that's 4,800 different versions of the afterlife. So if you're asking personally, then we can explain, but just need to sort of verify a bit more on that question, if that kind of makes sense.
No,
No.
you have to make everything so cryptic.
Well, we all know everyone that's watching here, and we all know there is an afterlife.
Is there?
Let's face it, we've all seen enough. That's why we're all into paranormal. We all know there is life after death. Do you believe in heaven and hell? Personally, I do not believe in heaven and hell. I believe in more than that. I lean more towards Fields of Elysium or like Tartarus, all the sort of old beliefs. It's only heaven and hell. Heaven and hell is literally just a Christian concept. That it might. Oh, well, in my own personal belief, they are both. Heaven and hell is a Christian concept that was made up for their ability to control the masses. But in any other religion, yeah, they all have their own brilliant ideas of the afterlife, which makes it brilliant. There is an old bit of scripture that does state about what's known as a three heavens agreement, which is everyone, depending on your own beliefs, it depends on where you go. That creates certain splits in the veil for you to go to certain areas. So Damon, for example, is Norse. So when his spirit dies, because that energy of the Norse is attached to his soul, that the veil will split and allow him to pass through to Valhalla, and so forth and stuff like that. Me being part of ancient lines, with the veil splits, I'll be going to places like place that people know as Elysian, but I know it as different names. So it all depends on your own belief of where you will end up. If that kind of makes more sense to what you was asking. Probably rambled like I normally do and I walked around giving you the answer, then walked around and looking at different viewpoints, which I apologise. It's something I'm renowned for doing. It lost what I was on about before now. I don't know. The lights are on, guys, but there's an old man walking up and down the stairs trying to get to each room in time. So yeah, I think that kind of covers that one. But yeah, so next week's show.
About black cats, sorry.
Yeah, I was on about black cats, wasn't I?
Yeah, you just have to look at comments further.
Black cats, bless them. Really, my heart proper goes out to black cats, bless them.
The black cats.
But yeah, so that's that superstition. I don't think my link is working right. I don't get a notification tonight. Bonnie, I will text you personally every time the show goes on. I will text you every single time our shows go on. If that helps. Hopefully it does. And saying further back, I've got a tan. I look like I've got a tan. I sometimes do for some bizarre reason, but honestly,
You did glance at some.
Yeah, it stops. It stops. Look, there's just whiteness.
Stop showing off.
I saw something. I saw something that reminded me of you, Ben. It said, I have 5 voices in my head. 4 of them shout abuse, and 1 of them just yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Especially if you know me well enough, you know that's actually quite right.
Oh, that's not you, is it, Annie?
No, that's the dog.
That's awful.
Jesus.
Oh.
Be grateful that you guys cannot smell through this, because the dog has proper puppy farts, like really, really bad. Alex is just naughty, not possessed, but evil just a little. Yeah. Men always blame the dog. No, Damon, seriously, this. It's all right, you laughing in that, but honestly, the dog is. Oh, bless her. It's like something died.
I think incense sticks are about done out as well.
Yeah, your incense sticks has gone out, so I have to burn some more. But yeah, so coming towards the end of the show, if anyone has any more questions, please feel free to ask. I know it's been a bit of a random, weird one. Again, I apologise. It's like I said, she is possessed by something. Something deep inside her is giving off foul smell, and it ain't sulfur. So yeah, I just obviously yesterday was a bit of a hit for me. We all have them, so just clear that up. I've got one the same. She's notorious for it. Yeah, she is. Sarah's. Oh no, sorry, Anne. Let me just get this one up. Sorry, guys. Do you believe in the concept of demons? Because I was reading the Keys of Solomon, but it was written by a Christian. Are the demons in the Keys evil? Best thing to do with the Book of Solomon, honestly, is throw it to the wind.
Read it, and then,
yeah, read it. If you understand, when you actually read the demons in the Book of Solomon, they actually are all written down as teachers. It's only the Christians that and I probably won't get away with this word, but I'm going to say it anyway, that proper bastardized the whole demon thing. All the old demons are all old gods, and they're all teachers. You will find in every single 72 demonic seals that they will have the seals, the names, and then what they teach. Every single thing will teach. But if you look at the angelics, the 72 angelic seals, which I am currently working at, they'll only state the name, their position, but they won't teach anything. So it makes you start to wonder who's actually the evil, who isn't. Hopefully that kind of answers your question a bit on that one. By all means, Sarah, I don't know if you're new to the show or not, but if you have any questions, by all means, please email us. We're always happy to answer questions as well. Revealing your true religion to everyone. No, I haven't. Again,
No, I told you to reveal it.
Oh,
Not saying you're revealing, just saying.
oh no, I won't reveal what my religion is, because I don't really have a religion. I just follow certain things. Okay, I really enjoy it. Sorry, I don't have many questions tonight as I'm listening whilst packing. To be fair, Kate, that's perfectly fine. Kate, bless her, is about to make one hell of a move with her partner. They are moving from Germany to Chicago. So that's not just down the road, bless them. That's pretty much halfway around the world. So we give them full credit. Yeah, pack away. The only decent thing in the Key of Solomon's story, no, that's not it.
Wrong book.
Yeah, you wrong book. You
I was a
yeah.
bit confused, but no. No,
Or
just
yeah,
follow
or
it.
join Discord. Discord is a brilliant place, guys. I keep forgetting to push this because I keep forgetting it exists.
I don't even get notifications when anyone puts a
Yeah.
message on, even though I've got it turned on.
Discord. If you guys ever want to get in contact with us straight away, look on Discord. You can get in contact with myself, Damon, and I'm pretty sure Lou. When we work it out, I'd actually. You've got Discord, haven't you?
I've got it.
Yeah,
Notifications are turned on, but when people put something on, I don't get notified.
yeah. We'll work the
Facebook Messenger is better for me.
Yeah.
Clearly.
yeah we'll work the fine details out. We've got to go. As we keep saying, guys, it's been what 3 weeks since the Exploring with Josh video came out. We was not expecting this at all. We've nicely been going with our numbers slowly and steadily up.
And something else is coming out, isn't it, in a couple of months?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, we weren't expecting this massive explosion of you guys coming over, which we appreciate, but you completely took us off guard. We were all sort of like, yeah, so right, talking with our regulars, and then it was sort of like, holy, we knew hi to everyone that's just turned up, but we weren't expecting you all. So we're frantically running around trying to get things on board. So yeah. I've only just stopped shaking and whimpering from the fact that this had happened. So yeah, Sarah, okay, thank you guys, you're amazing. No, by all means, you're happy to like ask any questions or anything. We will answer whatever we can. If we can't answer, then we usually pass you on to someone else that we work with who does have the answers, or we can find the answers, or as I've been well known, I will run off and go and study it and bring you the answers back. Haven't we got that thing in September in Warsaw? Even Damon can't remember. Yes, we have a power. We have a power event
page for that, Damon. The organizer, they set up a page because I couldn't see anything when I did a little search.
Yeah.
So if they've got a page or something that we can go on, or is it just literally that poster that you put up?
Either way, guys, we'll let you know. The funny thing is, it is inside a masonry lodge. So me walking into a masonry lodge again will be interesting. Seeing as the last one, I was asked to leave, which turned out really interesting because I sat down and finished my cup of tea, and I made them wait till I finished my cup of tea before I walked out.
The exhibition of spirituality on Saturday, 24th of September, 2022. That's at Aldridge.
Yeah, we'll get that posted up so you guys can see.
It's posted on the thing. It is posted on the page. We'll have to like put it up like once a month or something.
But yeah, we'll get that sorted. Okay, you guys totally deserve it.
Horror readers. Sorry. It's the font. I
Hope
can't.
it grows
what
even
was that
further and more people can enjoy it. Yeah,
Oh,
we
we're
appreciate it.
readers. Okay.
We appreciate that. Lou's busy
Where
reading.
readers, holistic therapists, healers, and speakers come together to bring you their expertise on all things weird and wonderful. You guys have it right in. Plus, many spiritual themed stalls will be there.
Yeah, so we'll have fun at that. Obviously, we know what I'm renowned for, like calling out terrible BS people if they're there. I won't be calling BS people out.
You'll be nice and friendly and polite and professional.
Yes, that too. So, as I already said, thank you guys. I need to get this sorted with the link and watch back. I know you guys are very busy. Keep bothering. You're not bothering us at all. Don't. No one on this channel ever think if you're watching this back or you're watching it live now. Don't ever think you're bothering us. If you text, like if you message us, you're not bothering us in the slightest. It is what we are here for.
Except when you're fast asleep.
Yeah, unless I'm fast asleep. And then if you, yeah, if you do message me, one, the phone will be on silent, and two, you'll probably have a very nice response. But it would usually involve like zombie noises because I'll be half asleep. Damon's going to dress as a priest, which would be even more hilarious. In fact, I think we might run something for charity.
Just like in 2 weeks' time when we're at that event for Damon.
Why? What event do we have in 2 weeks?
Blood axe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Damon, if you're going to dress as a priest at Blood Axe event, then yeah, you'd be interested. I'd be interested. In 2 weeks, guys, we will be at a Viking reenactment as me and Lou do Viking reenactment. Damon is going to be joining us, so we will be doing a live from there. We will be talking to some members of the group that we go down with. They are a friend. They're a good bunch of people. We've known them for years. They invited us along to a few shows of theirs. So we'll be doing a live from there, probably more on the Viking special stuff. But yeah, so that's roundabout everything summed up. If anyone is interested by the event, usually the demon dog. Yeah, the demon dog is always bothering us, usually fast, but now she's actually fell asleep again.
We still need to take her out for a walk.
Yeah, we're going to drag her out in a minute for a walk. So yeah, guys, that's it for this week's show. Luke, do you have anything to say?
No.
Would you like to say what you're doing Thursday?
I can do.
Okay, there you go.
But if I ain't got a tripod, I'm not doing it.
So Lou's thing Thursday will involve me holding the camera while she does it.
Oh, we're gonna.
Glad someone picked up on the joke.
Oh, it's wrong. No.
No one's picked up on the joke by you.
Well, I kind of have to. Yeah, Thursday, Ben will be holding the camera if we haven't got a new tripod by then, whilst I do another divination live. It'll be on mirrors. I know for some of you, you've seen the original one, but that was on a different page. So the ones that are on the other page, I'm bringing to this page in case it gets deleted from the other one. Then they're on this one, and everything's together and all nice and neat.
And she'll be using one of my toys again to use as an example on her show because she likes to steal all my stuff and use all my toys. But yeah. So yeah, well, I can understand why, Damon. With a haircut like yours, no one's going to like the reflection in the mirror. But on that note, guys, I will love and leave you all. I will give you love and light. Love sparkles. Love and light. Oh, so you get that one, Chris, but you don't get the other joke. Why? Anyway, guys and girls, this has been us here. And we will see you Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, what day is it?
Eh?
I don't know. might be something happening.
Oh, my head hurts so much.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday.
Is it? Are we?
Yes, Tuesday, me and Lou are joining Supernatural UK on a live.
Yeah. We'll try and
with-
exit page once we've got all the details, because at the moment we've not got
Yeah.
any details.
I did chase up a friend of mine because we're on his feed. And we'll post it onto the dimensions so you guys can see. But beyond that one, we will see you Thursday,
Thursday,
Friday,
Friday,
and Sunday.
Sunday.
So, peace out, y'all. Catch you all
Bye.
later. Bye.
Fun.
Yeah,